Kaido's like 40.
She's a giant, so she like barely ages.
She's,
Or, like,
she's not really a giant.
she's a half giant.
Yeah, but like she's visibly old and shit.
Yeah, well, she could be like a Master Roshi and be like visibly old for like 200 years.
I mean, Master Roshi is old. But anyways, do you want to? Are we ready, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm ready. You want me to start?
Yeah.
Sure. You know the famous saying like nobody can kill Kaido?
No, send that.
Sure. Is there a scan chat? Yeah, no, I'll just put them in scan instead. Yeah, so I'll just index like no, I'll just establish for the, like at the start of the debate, like your character can't even like deal a lethal blow to my character, so my character either wins or just doesn't come. If they like the one out of or whatever.
Let's see.
This counts. And this is indexed to like like being able to take blows, so I think it's like really can take a blow.
Yeah, I think this is in context to his want to kill himself or die in battle. He wants to go to fight Whitebeard and Marineford, so he could potentially die in battle. I think this is just in reference to everybody he has fought in the past. I think there's just reasoning for why other characters could be stronger. How do you feel about that?
I don't know what the first part means, like him going to Marineford, like he wants to die, that's fine. Like he can want to die, but he like physically can't die.
Yeah, but he thinks that Whitebeard might be enough to kill him, or that he thinks that Shanks is strong enough to fight him. So I'm saying there's characters that are on his level or potentially above by his own opinion. And then I think it's just in question. It's just a saying that like from people he's fought before. He's tried to be executed before and he can't. That's all.
I mean, we can get into that later, but he can think Whitebeard can take him on. He like thought the same for Luffy, and then he killed Luffy. So
what? What'd you say?
He thought the same for Luffy. Like he wanted to like find an opponent to like fight, but he literally killed Luffy. And it was the same for Luffy and trying to like see Joy Boy. That whole like narrative with like Whitebeard and stuff. But we can go into the stuff like about people being above. But I don't think any of this really contradicts like what I'm saying. It just says like your character doesn't have the AP to like deal lethal blow, even if they're stronger. His durability can just be like way above.
Well, that's not what that's not even what the scan is saying. This is saying that Kaido's extraordinary endurance means that no one can inflict death on him. This is just saying that even though Kaido, even if he was heavily injured, he could just keep enduring and fighting throughout the fight. And this is what we see in Wano. Even though he's weakening against Luffy, he's still fighting.
That's fine. That's not really a defeat or anything. It's just like it just that's only one of the scans. The second one says like nobody can kill him. So I think it's literally just that you can just endure, keep fighting or whatever, but like due to the fact like his durability is just so high that they like literally can't like.
I think these statements almost work kind of like in conjunction. They're both talking about like Kaido's entrance and what we see of him, which is that nobody has been able to kill him, and he is seeking death from somebody as strong or as strong as him.
Why is this like
I think this
why do you think it's like a? I mean, why do you think it's like index like people he's fought before or whatever?
I've already explained that.
Do you want to restate it?
Do I have to? I mean, sure. Yeah, I think that's just likely based off like his narrative of finding someone stronger than him, somebody he thinks Whitebeard is potentially strong enough to do it, and I think there's just scaling for characters to be stronger than him, like narratively in the story.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, I already responded to that. We can get into my scaling, or you can scale your character, I guess, if you want. But
yeah, my scaling's pretty simple. You might not need to. I might not need to send scans for this. I think Shanks' hockey is just relative to Joy Boy. Joy Boy represents this pinnacle of the series, who can fight Emu. He is something that Luffy will eventually reach. I think he's also relative to Mihawk. Mihawk has a black blade. Whitebeard or any of the other characters don't have black blades. Kaido doesn't know what a black blade is. And he's just Shanks' rival. And sorry if this is too many points. Mihawk and Shanks are just stated to be the two strongest rivals. Any duo would just lose to them. Do you need me to get any of those skins?
I'm aware of the scans. We can like go point by point. I'm going to talk about like the strongest rivals ones. Like, I don't think that like means anything. They can beat any rivals. Like, what's it called? Kaido can be like a 10, and Big Mom can be like a 4, and then Shanks can be at like an 8. and then Mihawk at like an 8 as well, and they would still like beat them up.
Why do you think wouldn't that go against or nobody can damage Kaido agenda that you were pushing?
Yeah, no, because that like 8 to do difference could just be like the difference between the one to
Why do you think there's such a big gap between Kaido and Big Mom? They're constantly said to be rivals.
I mean, I'm just pausing it like a possibility to your thing. I'm not gonna.
Well, the possibility is not really going to matter.
It's going to contradict anything.
The possibility is not really going to matter if it's no reason for behind it.
I mean, that would just go equal inter because what?
Why?
I don't need. Do I need? Why do I need justification for an equal interpretation? Like you've not given. You haven't
justified. You haven't justified what's an equal interpretation in the first place.
You said this. Okay, it's pretty simple. Like you haven't posited anything in like in conjunction to like actually like defeat that point, and then but both our thing literally have like the same basis. We're both looking at the scan. We're both just interpreting like things off, like taking the scan at face value and interpreting different things. Like we're not bringing any like supplementary evidence, or, like sub points or anything onto it.
I think the other things I stated kind of go towards my interpretation.
Okay.
That's okay.
So we can get other points then. And then what was the first point?
Shanks has relative hockey to Joy Boy.
I don't agree to that.
You agree?
No, I don't agree to that. I think whenever they've like sent whatever, like what did they say? Someone says like the hockey's on a new level, and it was like a portion of Joy Boy's hockey.
No, it was Joy Boy said he was going to put his strongest hockey into the knot, and then the Giants said, was that even stronger than Red Hair's? Putting that into question, saying that they're relative.
Well, I mean, they can have relative hockey. I think that's just pretty vague, but
I don't think it's vague. Hockey's like the main power system. Even Kaido's like hockey transcends all.
Fine. I don't think that like connects to Kaido in any way. Kaido can also just be at the peak. Like I haven't seen issues with that.
I think the issue is that Kaido is trying to fight somebody on Joy Boy's level or become Joy Boy, according to King. Even like narratively, Joy Boy is put on a pedestal higher than Kaido. So I think that's the issue.
I mean, Kaido can think that. Kaido just like regards him as someone like really strong, so he like interprets like someone really strong is capable to beat him. I don't think he's interpreting it like Joy Boy like is literally just like that like version of Joy Boy is like above him because he doesn't actually know about that version of Joy Boy.
The issue is that this is more than just like a Kaido character statement. It's more like a narrative theme behind his character and what Luffy becoming Joy Boy like represents. Luffy is meant to surpass Kaido by becoming Joy Boy. Joy Boy is meant to beat Kaido. Right. This is a narrative point. I think your interpretation of this like point kind of makes the story worse.
Okay, you can think that, but like I don't see why your interpretation of the narrative like goes over mine. Like I don't think Luffy's over Kaido. I don't think that like that's what the narrative is trying to portray. I already like explained myself.
I don't think Luffy
is any sort of narrative.
I don't think Luffy having to be over Kaido really has to contradict what I just said, though.
I mean, if you're saying that like Luffy's Joy Boy who's going to beat Kaido, that's
Luffy is an incomplete.
Kaido is like he's literally like we can say that these characters who are like Joy Boy level or like represent Joy Boy. They can kill Kaido in like really specific circumstances or whatever. And then that's why I go into the point that my character he's like can't be killed. That's why I'm taking like.
The issue is that
when he's weakened, like Joy Boy level characters can like beat him when he's weakened. But I don't even agree that Gear 5 Luffy's over like really heavily weakened Kaido.
The issue is that this goes back into Kaido's whole narrative of wanting to find someone who is equal or can surpass him so that I could kill him. That person is just Joy Boy, and that's what he's looking for. He thinks himself that. Hey, wait! It's not just a character statement again. It's like a whole narrative that ties together with multiple points. You're kind of disregarding the narrative and saying these things are kind of separate points by using this one highly interpretable scan. That doesn't even have to be what you're saying.
Like I don't know what your interpretation of the narrative is like mutually exclusive or like why it's better than like my interpretation.
I've already explained.
Joy Boy. Joy Boy is someone who's like strong. And he's looking for a strong person to defeat him, so he thinks Joy Boy will be the one to defeat him. What
is Kaido's want? He wants to lose in a 1v1 fight against somebody strong.
Yeah, and he's heard that Joy Boy is like this like mythical beast. Like
I think that conflicts. Yeah, I think that conflicts with what you were saying. But like, yeah, maybe Joy Boy level characters can beat him in like circumstantial. Maybe he's weakened. Maybe he's whatever. I think that conflicts with that.
What conflicts with what?
What Kaido wants is to lose in a 1v1 fight against somebody. He wants to go down and just fight somebody and die in battle. I don't think he wants to get jumped. He doesn't want to like get weakened beforehand and then lose. That wouldn't fulfill his desire for battle. If he did, then why wouldn't he just do that? I don't think so.
I don't see it like the relevancy here. Like, yeah, I don't think this is like how is this like mutually exclusive to what I said.
I'm saying, do you agree with what I said? Like, it doesn't have to be mutually
Obviously not, because I don't see like how this is like mutually exclusive to what I said. Like all what you're saying could be true, and it's still like
no one's saying no. I'm not. I'm not
Well,
claiming something mutually exclusive. I'm saying, can we agree on this first?
then both. No, I mean I don't.
Because it leads into a further point. You don't need to. So, what do you think?
Yeah, like I don't think that like even if I agree to this is relevant because it doesn't duck by like a truth tracking like level.
Because if you do agree with this, then this would just lead into the point about like Joy Boy being just stronger than Kaido in a fair 1v1 and not circumstantial. And I know you've had your issue with this whole narrative thing. I think I've tied it together better. I think I've gave you why it's likelier. You are using one goon scan to say otherwise.
Wait, what scan do you think I'm using?
Well, using these two, and then yeah, actually that's it. You haven't shown anything else.
Yeah, I mean I've not been asked to show anything. I'm not even using a scan, so I don't know what you're talking about. But
you're using these two scans that nobody could kill him or defeat him.
But this is your scaling though. We're not. That's not what I'm like speaking about. Like in reference to this point, but.
When I'm talking about my scaling,
always like someone who can beat him in a fair 1v1. Like I think I already indexed that, like not like truth tracking on some like.
We're talking about when we're talking about my scaling, and you give an alternate interpretation or another possibility, then you should definitely try to back that up with certain arguments. These scans would be the best thing you prove for you to prove your point.
I think I already responded to everything, but I haven't actually scaled my character. I just obviously like my character like literally can't lose, but I'll scale my character after yours if you want.
Scale Kaido. I think I've already.
Did you make? I mean, you made the points with the Black Blade. Like, I do not know any Black Blade. Like, really doesn't matter.
Black Blades are based off the swordsman's strength. I think people
strength in terms of what they can see, like strength of hockey, which would matter.
Strength. I agree. It's strength of hockey.
Do you think Kaido cares about being a swordsman? Like, I don't think that he would.
I don't think that matters.
I don't think he also like. Why do you think clubs can turn black? Like,
I think
black.
No, I'm saying Kaido holds people in positions that are capable of fighting him, like Roger, Shanks. Not Shanks. Roger, Odin. These people don't have black blades. Shanks is above them because he's relative to Mihawk. Mihawk does have a black blade. It's more of like a tier gap. Like if these people can fight Kaido somewhat evenly, then I think Shanks and Mihawk would just beat Kaido. Especially given the Joy Boy stuff.
I literally don't see the tracking here. Like how does the Roger and other stuff like literally track on anything?
I think I've already went over that. We can move on.
I mean, you can explain it again because I literally don't understand like the tracking on this. Like he has a black blade co.
I mean, do you think you addressed what I said?
Think above him that like the black blade like wouldn't be relevant. See an issue.
Well, do you think
if like Roger and like if you take off the hockey or whatever, well, not even if you take off the hockey, Roger can just be like so physically above them that like he just beats them anyway.
Why is that a relevant possibility? What? When has Roger ever?
Why is it irrelevant? Like I mean, it's literally the exact same as why you question my other possibility. Like we're just taking this kind of face value. Like nobody's any supplementary evidence or whatever.
No, I'm not taking any scan at face value.
I mean, you know the scan.
Which one are you talking about?
Like the one of like Luffy, like the back shot of like Luffy and Shanks and stuff. Yeah, so you are referring to a scan. I don't know.
And I don't even think that physical point of Roger even makes sense. Kaido values Roger's hockey when he says hockey transcends all. That's how Roger was able to rule his era.
Physical. That's fine. He can have strong hockey, but still be like so much like physical. He can have like weaker hockey. He can have strong hockey, but like compared to Mihawk, it could be like weaker hockey.
That's not.
He could just be like so much physically above that like the hockey like difference like wouldn't matter.
Wait. No, Mihawk is definitely just definitely above Roger, no matter what.
I don't think that's the case, but
I think. Do you think it's relevant enough to talk about?
I mean, sure, if you want to talk about it.
Do you think it's relevant enough to your point or not? That doesn't really.
I mean, it's your argument, so it's kind of your thing to decide. If you can interpret this, use the clues.
I don't think it's too relevant.
Okay, then you leave that point. But do you want me to scale my character?
Yeah, go.
So I think it's like super duper consistent that he's just like stated to be the strongest man, strongest pirate, strongest creature, strongest in history, whatever. Do you know what that is?
Send the statement.
Oh, she sent the one in like the back of the data book. I don't wait, was she here? Yeah, she's here. Can
Back
you
of the
send the one in the
volume.
back of it? Not the data book. Can you send the one in like the back of the volume chapter?
Yeah.
Is it the strongest in history one?
No.
No.
It's put this over real quick. Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the strongest creature in history. Okay, bombs.
Let's see.
You want me to like get that one as well, or?
No, I have all them. Oh, that's not the one I was speaking about, but there's two of them, I guess. There's all the ones that I was speaking.
Oh, you're talking about the other strongest man one?
Oh yeah, I sent it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like super consistent. He's just like far above everyone.
Yeah, I think this is just in reference to his title, because we have a bunch of other characters, like Mihawk is constantly called the strongest man or strongest pirate. Those are likely just reference to its title. Do you
Why?
want me to send those?
Why?
Well,
Why is it
well,
reference to the title? And that famous like pre-time skip. I don't think it like applies to anyone.
all those statements are also post time skip. They're both. But
I don't wait. Show me them, but I don't. Why does this track on? Like what?
I think because when you have a character that's known for this title, the strongest title, then usually it is just shortened to, oh, this is the strongest whatever, the strongest man, the strongest pirate. Same thing with Whitebeard.
Why?
It's even done.
You're just repeating. I'm just asking.
I'm not repeating. I'm just because I think it's just the likeliest interpretation, because then you have a bunch of these other conflicting titles of a character who already has a pre-existing title. Nobody in this verse calls Kaido. Nobody has his title as the strongest man alive. Nobody has Mihawk's title as the strongest man. I think it's just
I'm asking you to send those, but I can index. Yeah, I'm asking you to send those. We can index those to other things. So I'm going to talk about. I think the White Blue one's contextualized like reputation and like a double proof, but I think the Mihawk ones. I don't even know about that one, but I think it's literally a Zoro statement. Is that not a Zoro statement? Like it just be like what Zoro's perception. Like I don't like.
Not a Zoro statement. Mm-hmm.
It's fun. Very little.
All right, I got this. I'm just gonna forward it into chat. It's from One Piece magazine, September 2024. I'll just read at the bottom. He declared that from then on, he would await Zoro as the world's strongest. True to his words, Mihawk continues to reign as the strongest, awaiting a rematch someday.
Yeah, the strongest. That could just be the strongest. Well,
yeah,
the strongest swordsman. Like it literally says the world's strongest swordsman. Like why would?
Well, that's a completely different statement. It's not even a part of the larger paragraph.
Really not. Yeah, that's not relevant. The title is the world's strongest swordsman, and then he's like, "Oh, this guy reigns as the strongest." Like I don't know if we're lacking.
Well, I think this just furthers my point that when this character is already pre-established to have a specific title, that is the world's strongest whatever, and then they continue to call that character, oh, world's strongest, or continues to reign as the strongest. I can show you other Mihawk statements that don't even mention his title of world's strongest swordsman, but they just call him the strongest man alive. I think it's
that's
just
what I asked for. This one's like really not relevant.
I think it's just contextual to
that you're
theory.
indexing. It's just like you're just like giving a really like false equivalence. You're saying their reign is like the strongest, but then it's not like indexed to anything else. Like what you're showing me is that a title, world's strongest swordsman. Oh, he reigns as the strongest. You're trying to track that on a Whitebeard, but we've been given like specific categories that he's the strongest in. Like he's the strongest man, he's the strongest creature, he's the strongest.
I'm saying the titles are contextual to the series. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you didn't like justify that.
I did. Anyways, here's another one.
You didn't,
because I'm justifying it through the mean. I'm justifying it by saying there are other similar characters with similar statements in similar contexts. I think it's likelier that there's other patterns.
Mihawk is called the current strongest man at the End of chapter 3/7. Yeah, I think this is literally just indexed by time. I don't think it's relevant to like Kaido or anything.
There's another one.
There's like a statement. There's a statement from like 20 years ago that what's it called? This is a statement from like 20 years ago that I think is like literally just like not like relevant to this. Like
I don't think it really matters. Unless contradicted. I don't think your Kaido statement necessarily contradicts it. Another issue. Do you know the green one?
I literally don't see like the relevance here. Like this is literally just like talking about like Zora's interaction. This could literally just be like Zora's perspective. And I think like what you're saying, like there's other stuff to defeat this. I don't think like one thing is this is also from 2003 apparently. Like Kaido's like been produced like 20 years later. So, like this is I don't think that it's like tracked onto like any current day statement.
Would you say?
You could justify this. But even though like I still have a preponderance of evidence, you use like one like possibly contradictory statement from like 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago.
Again, I don't think that really attacks my point at all. But
that's fine. If you don't think it attacks, I think we've like scaled anyway.
Found it. Found the other one, the data green one. I'm saying that last point, by the way, about the age.
Well,
yeah, check chat this one too.
Wait a second.
Zoro accepted his fate and bowed his head. Oh wait, yeah, his answer was to learn swordsmanship from the world's strongest man.
Yeah, again, I think this is literally just index what Zoro thinks. If he thinks that
Zoro thinks, why is this?
Can I finish? If he thinks swordsmanship is like the pinnacle of the world, then he's gonna see this guy like go strongest man. Again, this is from like 20 years ago. It's like truth. I don't think it's tracked.
Wait. You said two things. Why is this from Zoro's perspective, and why does Zoro think swordsmanship is the pinnacle?
Let me look at this. As Zoro took it upon himself to get even stronger during this years, what he did was surface his answers to learn from the world's strongest man. It's really talking about like Zoro answering his own question. Like his answer was to like he was like thinking like what should he do with himself? Oh, I'm going to learn from the world's strongest man. Like it's really indexing this about Zoro like answering his own like internal question like of what to do with himself.
I don't think this is. I don't think Zoro has ever been portrayed to as someone who thinks Mihawk's the world's strongest man. In fact, Zoro has. I think that does because I think this statement's just in reference to. I think the databook's just saying that Mihawk's the world's strongest man. I think. And Zoro, his idea that swordsmanship is the pinnacle, that only comes from a promise to his like friend or whatever. I don't think that means anything.
But yeah, that's fine. That still justifies the point of. I mean, that still justifies the point. You're saying I don't think it means anything or something to justify, and like it definitely does. It justifies like the two components. That would,
the argument isn't I don't mean anything. My argument is what I said before. I don't mean anything.
Nice, definitely real laugh, but I think I already justified.
Real laugh. Well, actually, we're not getting off topic.
That's fine, but if that's all, then we can just like save the recording. Like I don't think this like. Wanted. I think it's in the Whitebeard stuff. We can talk about the Whitebeard stuff if you want to bring that up.
Nah, I don't think the Whitebeard stuff necessary. What else are you trying to say with Kaido? These other statements?
Like beast above everyone, strongest in history, strongest man.
Strongest man, strongest. A lot of these, again, could just be my previous interpretation of referring to the title, which I don't think the title means anything because it's just a rumor. And then the other one could also.
Wait, why is it a rumor? Why? Holy weekend, why is it a rumor?
We can go into that in a second. And then, or these could just be referring to strongest on Onigashima or strongest on rooftop. There are other statements that say that. I'm saying that I think that's an equal interpretation. No, we could go into the rumor, man.
We can talk about that. It's literally such a quick point. Like I'm just saying, prima facie, like we just say, oh, he's just generally the strongest. You're trying to index this like some like other thing. Like it's like not in the sky. You'd have to like make another assumption.
No, that's only if you take these statements ultra literally and not using the context of the theories.
But why would you not take them ultra literally? I think it's literally like really hard. You're just adding an extra component on it.
Well, because statements are always made contextually within the series, and you didn't want to do the same thing with Mihawk. You don't want to take his statements ultra literally. You want to use context, like you don't want to do now. You want to say, "Oh, he's not the strongest man. Oh, he's not the strongest."
You actually had evidence. You didn't actually bring
You didn't
evidence.
have evidence for that.
You just, wait, I already okay. I
You just had
used like
conjecture.
the evidence within the scans, but I
You
mean,
did.
you literally acknowledged the statement.
Wait,
Of
so
him,
you
like,
use context. So you didn't take it
said,
ultra literally. If you want to take it ultra literally, then you would just say that Mihawk scan means he's the strongest swordsman and the strongest man.
I mean,
It's just
apart.
both.
Okay, this is literally not the same example. If you can't see that, then I think you need to like read it. Like I already like give like evidence to what I'm saying. You're just adding like an extra component to it, which would just like make it inherently less parsimonious.
I think I already showed why you're contradicting your previous stance.
That's fine. We can go into the rumor thing, I guess.
Yeah, Kaido's the first time Kaido's title is introduced. It is introduced in a very different way from, for example, Whitebeard's title or Mihawk's title. While those titles may not necessarily mean what they say ultra literally, but they are still proposed as facts. Whatever Whitebeard's title means is a fact. Whatever Mihawk's title means is a fact. While Kaido's title, Oda purposely chooses to introduce it as, oh, people say, people know, whatever. And then we have other statements that the public doesn't really know anything about Kaido.
I don't. Okay, we can go into that, but I don't see how this like tracks. Like, I don't see why I'm like choosing the word differently. It's like wrong. Like it doesn't mean that it's like not necessarily true. And also, like in the editor's note about the, like literally the exact same page, just reaffirms like he is this thing. So he can be rumored to be this thing and still
I
be
think
this
that's
thing.
just calling back to the title. I don't think it's a reaffirmation.
I mean,
It's
that's fine. He can be rumored to be this thing and still be this thing. I don't see an issue with that.
I think it's a possibility, but you haven't established any evidence for why. But I'll get you the other stand.
It's reaffirmed with like quote unquote like these like I don't know if you're trying to say like necessary or whatever, but like these like rumor like connotations or whatever, just reaffirmed with like those, which apparently gives it validity by your own argument because the way it's introduced is like with these things that might like the Mihawk and Whitebeard examples, but like he said to be. It's just like reaffirmed with the stuff that apparently makes it valid. So by your own argument,
I think
it's valid.
If Oda was planning to do a just a similar thing, have this title introduced, decided to be a fact, then I don't think why would he introduce it in a completely different way and then use a editor's note, something not even related to him directly, to reaffirm it? I think it's just likely that the editor's just saying this thing.
Editor's notes are supervised, but he could yeah, he could have just changed his writing style. Those are like 30 years ago. Like he could have just changed his writing style. Like I don't think it's like not really like a tracking on thing. Like Oda literally has terrible memory. Like the dude has to go on One Piece wiki to like.
It's not that long ago. We have other characters like Dragon or other characters with titles that are also just stated definitively. Unlike
Dragon's also like 20 years ago. Like he could have literally just changed his writing style.
I don't.
And like,
yeah, you're bringing up this other random possibility with no real evidence or reasoning.
Wait, it's not. If I don't know if you know how like interpretations work, but like if I posit something and you try to give a refutation to it, and I equal interpret your refutation, I still win the point. Like
I know how interpretations work, but the issue is you're not giving an equal interpretation. If you think you did, then we can move on. I have to go soon. Anyway.
It's really bad for you if you move on.
It's not.
Okay, it's really bad for you. Is that all your evidence for it being a rumor?
Is that no? I mean, it's just constantly reiterated to be a rumor. Do you want me to get you other examples?
You can show me it being a rumor.
Do you acknowledge that there's other times that it's called people say or in quotations?
I don't think quotations mean anything because like quotations like are not actually there in the Japanese, but
they are there in the Japanese, by the way.
They're not.
There you go. I can show you though.
But even then, that's still the same thing. That's still like tracked on the thing. Like you can be called this thing, and it's still like the case.
Okay, so if you just agree, there's other times where it's like people say.
I agree. I think you can send them like.
Ugh.
Like the probability, like, is literally so like your burden to justify this. Like I don't know what to say.
Do.
Who's like echoing? Like, who's the each skill profile picture? Oh yeah, Slaps. We can hear. There's like some background noise.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought I was muted.
I can send Hyperkaido's Viva card. This Just phrase this thing. Yeah, so
people saying all these rumors, it's like it's not like really a response.
So yeah, Hybrid Kaido's, it's sending right now, but I'll just read it while it's sending. Yeah, Hybrid Kaido's favorite card says that he remains a legend as the strongest creature. Not only he says strongest creature in quotations, he also calls him a legend. Legends obviously are not ultra literal most of the time by definition. I think that just furthers my point earlier.
It's not like necessitative, so I don't care. Yeah, again.